It actually brings me great honor and privilege to be on the stage to be able to share a story that I believe is going to reach a lot of people here. I really truly believe that this particular story is something that I've been holding in my belly for about 2 years now. But before we get started, I want to first of all give a tremendous thanks to Mr. Bernie Chua. Let's give it up for Bernie. Secondly, Shane Moran and Josie. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Holton Buggs and Earlene Buggs. Is leadership everything? Absolutely it is. Guys, how many of you guys in this room here today really have made a decision in your mind that you know that you are going to be on this stage? How many of you have made it up in your mind that you are willing to do whatever it takes to get on this stage? I'm going to ask one more time. How many of you have made it up in your mind that you are willing to do whatever it takes to get on this stage? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, I got started here at Organo Gold May of 2008. I happened to be sponsored by Mr. Holton Buggs. And that's a great honor that I'm actually glad that I had. And we got off to a pretty fast start. We had some really good success. Was making some really good money in the company. And about 5 months into the company, this is back in 2008, I lost my belief and I quit the company. I decided that, I thought I wasn't quite sure if this company was going to make it. And I thought that maybe I knew a little bit more than perhaps my leader knew. And I decided to quit. Everybody say quit. Quit. Y'all know some people that quit, right? Don't worry about them, they're coming back. Anyway, and so I quit the business. And I'll never forget, I went on to go do some other companies, and I didn't have nowhere near the success that I thought that I was going to have. And then one day, I'll never forget it, about almost 2 years ago, my phone rang, and it was none other than Crown Diamond, soon to be Crown Ambassador, David Monetier. David called me up, and he said, Romocio, he says, I don't know what the reason why you quit the business, but he said, all I know is that I've been doing this business for now 12 months, and I'm having an amazing success that I've never had before in my life. And at that time, I said, David, did anybody put you up to this phone call? He said, absolutely not. I said, now, David, you know if I come back to the business, you're not going to be my sponsor. You know that, right? He said, yes. He said, but Romocio, I'm calling you because I really believe you made a huge mistake. And at that time, I'll never forget where I was. When David called me, I told him, you know what? I'm going to actually get back on the phone and try and make amends with my sponsor. I'll never forget, I called Mr. Holton Buggs, and he greeted me with open arms. He told me the truth. He told me that it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to regain some trust, rebuild some relationships, and so forth. But I said, Holton, I asked this question to him. I said, if I can do it once, I really believe I can do it again as long as you promise to still guide me and coach me. And he said, despite the fact that you chose to leave, I'm not going to mess around with your future. I will guide you and I will coach you, but you will have to re-earn it. Now, I was pretty fortunate enough that I left the company back in 2008, and I stayed away for about 1.5 years. And we got remarried again on August of 2010, and I came back. And I'll be honest with you, I said, hey, Mr. Buggs, before I come back, is it possible that maybe I can have my old position back? He said, no. I said, well, listen, I can be a solid investor. Nobody has to know. He says, no, you can't have it back. You're going to have to start all over again from scratch. thought about it and made my decision, and today, here I stand.
Way to go, Moss!
Now, my message here today, for the few minutes that I have left here with you, is that if I can do it twice, you can do it once. I know that there's somebody out there in the audience today that we're glad you're here, we're having a great party, but I know that there's somebody out there in that audience that isn't quite sure if it works, if they can do it. Is the company going to be around? All those types of thoughts that I have. But what do you say if somebody tells you that they quit the business, came back to rebuild the business again, living on their saved money, had to regain trust, and they're standing on the stage as a diamond for the second time? One thing I know for a fact is every single one of you in that audience can do this business. Every single soul in this room can do this business. You have to make a decision that, number one, you're going to be willing to do whatever it takes. So now I ask you again, after hearing the story, how many of you are truly willing to do whatever it takes to get up on this stage? You know, I can tell you, one of the things that I believe is that what he will do for one, he will do for another. This has been one of the most humbling experiences of my entire life, but it has been the absolute best experience of my entire life. I can tell you that I stand here today as someone that understands every issue that you're probably going through, but I can tell you, I'm making it. And so can you. I can tell you from the happenings of my own life, my own experiences, that I can promise you that if you will believe in yourself, believe in this company, and believe in the leadership, the people that are guiding you, there's absolutely nothing that can stop you. None of us are perfect, but all of us are a work in progress. Real simple. January 13, we celebrate as a company our 3rd year since the liftoff. All you got to do is make the decision right now in your heart that you'll be here 3 years from now. Make the decision. Don't do what I did. Don't be the foolish one that says, listen, I don't think it's going to work. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's pretty obvious that Organo Gold works.
The question is do you work?
And I can tell you that it will work for you. But what you got to do is remember what I just said. If I can do it twice, you can do it once. We love you.